What's up everyone, I am Silas. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are interested in contents related to architecture and design, like, share and follow to Arc Studio. Today we will be going on to the second part of the series of AutoCAD. So let's begin. The topics that we already covered are the introduction in AutoCAD, the unit settings, the drawing and modification tool, the precise working. So today we will be discussing about how to manage these tools, and then also regarding layers and blocks. And also at the last, I will just tell you how to. There are some free sites which allows us to get some CAD blocks. I'll also tell regarding them, and then we will move to the third part. Fine. So coming on to the AutoCAD screen itself. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a line, and then I'm going to give colors to it. And the second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give a line weight to it. And third thing that I'll be doing is I would be trying to change the line typology. That is, sometimes you may be seeing that in your drawing, you will not be just having a continuous lines, but you will be having like dashed lines or dotted line or so on. Okay, so we will see how we can do these stuffs in AutoCAD. So that is known as the management. Okay, for that, now I'm going to draw a line with the help of by the method that we used in the last class. That is L spacebar. You will get the line option. Then click on the first point. Click on the second point. Now I'm just clicking on the second point, or you could also type in the new number that you require so as to create the line. So I'm just creating the line now, and then what I'm gonna do is press spacebar so as to get out of the command, and then I'm going to give the color to it. For giving the color, you need to select it. You could see that there is an option known as layers, or there is an option known as object colors in the property toolbar out here. Okay, so now if I am selecting it, and then I could just select the color that is required. Or if you want some other color not in this color scheme, you can go to more colors and also get the colors that you require and give OK. There are three different types of colors as well: index colors, two colors, and the color book. So whichever you require, whichever you prefer, any typology is there, any color number is there. For example, if I like something like a teal blue, I could basically give the color code as well into this, and then you can give OK. So then if you give spacebar or just press escape, you can come out of the command, and then you can see the color of the line is being given. Similarly, if I want to change the line weight of it, now I have drawn one, I am drawing a second line. Okay, something like this, and now I need to change the line weight of it. So the first line I am giving, you can go to option in the second, just down of the color option, there is something known as a line weight. Just click on the drop menu, you can see there are numbers given or the line weight given. For the first one, I am giving a line weight 0.00 mm. Okay, for the second line, I'm selecting it and then going to the line weight and giving around 30 mm. But you can see that now it is not seeing the difference. You are not able to see the difference. This is because most of the time the line weight option would have not been checked. Okay, so what you need to do is type line weight or N weight. Okay, and you can press enter. Then you could see that a dialog box like this would appear. Okay, and from there you could check in the box called display line weight and give OK. Now you could see that a line weight is being formed. For example, here the line weight is 00 and here the line weight is 0.30. Okay, so this would allow you to give different line weights to objects. For example, I am giving one more line where in which this line I'm going to give like 1 mm. Okay, so you could see that the line difference occurs. So normally while working, I normally don't keep the line weight checked. I prefer to work in layers and then give the line weight to the layer itself, and then that would be much easier for you to work rather than giving selecting each lines and then giving the line weight. Okay, so and also you could also turn this line weight off as well, because whatever you are seeing right now will not be as such, will not get printed or get plotted. sometimes there will be small corrections or small alignment differences or small scale differences of this line weights when you are going to plot it. Okay, so I'm just offing the line weight by again typing line weight and then entering, and then I'm just unchecking this and giving okay, so that you could do somewhat precise work in this AutoCAD. Now I'm just deleting it. Now I'll go to an option known as layers. Okay, layers are one of the most important ways to work with in AutoCAD, or some of the most important methodology so as to work in AutoCAD. For getting layers, you can click on this option known as layer properties. So such a dialog box would appear. Okay, so this dialog box, what it does is that there are four options. First option is known as create a new layer. Second is freeze the viewport. Third is delete the layer, and fourth is make it current layer. So what this layer option allows is you to do is that, for example, if you are drawing something handmade, you are creating something, you are doing a handmade drawing, so you want a rough plan. So first you do is you use a tracing, you draw a normal plan in the paper, then you start modifying. For modifying it, what you do is as architects or design students, we keep a tracing paper or a gateway sheet on top of it, and then we start tracing or we start drawing over it. Okay, and do the modifications, and in the third layer, or then we keep another one more tracing paper, and then we start modifying. So this is the same process what this layers helps you to do. So in the first layer you could create the construction lines and also add some other so the first set of drawings. Then in the second set you could basically on top of it, you, or you can freeze this first layer, and then you could work it on top of it, and then create uh, the modified version of it as well. So that is what the layer helps you to do. So I'm giving the first option, that is the new layer, or you can also press Alt plus N, and you will see a new layer is been formed. And then what you can do is you can name it. For example, now I am naming it as the first sheet, first first correction. Okay, I'm just doing it as first correction. And then you can see there are lot many options. Like you can see there is something known as a on tool, then there is a freeze command, then there is a lock, then color is there, line weight, time type is there, line weight is there, transparency is there, plot is there. Okay, uh, s- so these are the plot is there. Then there is an option known as there's also option known as new VP freeze, and then there is a description. So I'll tell you one by one what it does. Okay, so I have made like two layers. I am just drawing a line now. Okay, like this, I have a line. So I need to uh, I am having this in the first layer. Okay, I just drew it in the first layer. And then in the second layer you can just go and just click on the second layer, and then you can draw the second line. Okay, I am having it as a second line. Let it be of a different color, let it be yellow, and then I am drawing it on top of this. Okay, fine. So now you feel that there is a mix of two stuffs happening. So if you go to the new layers, and then if you off this, okay, if you click on it, you can see that this turns off or ons the layers. So that is what this does. The second option is freeze. Freeze also turns it off, and also it doesn't allow you to plot, or it doesn't allow you to make it into your design or into your sheets. Okay, so that is what freeze does. And then there is an option known as lock. Lock does is that it locks that layer. Now you can't work in that layer. If you want to work, or if you want to change anything in that layer, you need to unlock it so as to change the uh, change the change anything in that layer. Okay, Then there is an option known as, then I'm just unlocking it so as to work. Then there is an option known as color. So this color is similar to the ones that you had in the properties. So the properties, what it does is that you took each element and then change the color. Here you can change all the type lines into a specific color. For example, green I'm giving and giving. Okay, you could see that anything in that layer will become green now, unless and until it is selected and changed specifically in with the help of this object color in the properties tab. Okay, and then there is an option known as line type. So I did not teach you line type. I'll teach you within no time about line type, because I just need to show you how how the scaling purpose and also happens in the line type as well. Okay, so line type is nothing but you can select the type of line you want and give it. Okay, so that is the option that is being allowed. Okay, and then there is an option, I'm just keeping it continuous itself, I'm giving options. Or if you can create a dotted line, or you want a hatch, or you want a continuous line or so. Then there is known as line weight. So this helps you give the line weight from here itself. So anything in that line would becomes a specific line weighted or so. You can also give a transparency to the layer. For example, you can make it dim, or you can make it highlighted or so. So for example, if you're working on two different things, I have an electric layout and also I have the floor plan. So I want the electric layout to be highlighted and the floor plan to be slightly seen, so that it just becomes like a watermark or so. So I can just reduce the transparency by 75% or 50%, whatever percent you write. You can just type it and give okay. You can see that it becomes lighter. Okay, it becomes transparent. Fine. Then there is known as a plot. The rest is basically not used much. There is another option known as a plot, and there will be a printer sign. If you click on this, you can do anything in the layer, but it will never get printed. Okay, for example, if you want to have a construction line, or you want to have some correction that is going to be sent, but you don't need it to be plotted the paper that you're going to print. So you can basically check this and then draw everything, and then don't mind whether whether the layer is on or off or so. So that is what this would help you. This plot would help you. Fine. So now I'm just unchecking it, and then we would add one more layer to it, and then type something like a column or so, and then keep it, and then just you can delete. Now you can delete if you felt that this is not required, you want to delete it. So what you can do is you can click the third option, that is the delete option, and you can again make a new for the help of the first option, alt plus n, and then give it again. You can create a new layer, and you can type in, I'm just keeping it layer 1 itself. You can also freeze this layer. Like I told, you don't need it to be happening anything else to this, you can just freeze it. Okay, freeze the layer that you are making. Okay, and then you can also make sure that which, if you want to move across it, you can double click it, or you can click and then check it. Okay, the fourth option, that is the set it current layer option. Fine. So that is about the layers tab that we were using. Now we will look, now let us see how we could change objects from one layer to another. Okay, now I am drawing something. Okay, I want this to be changed from the zero, first layer, that is a zero layer, to the first correction layer. Okay, so what I need to do is, in whatever layer it is, just don't worry, just click on the second layer, it automatically get to the second layer of you, of what you are doing. And if you want to make sure that it, if you could select it, you could see it just changes, so the layer changes. So that is how you just change one object to the other object. Okay, so now one thing that is need to be taken care is, if you want the color that is being mentioned in the layers, you need to make sure in the property tab this is checked as by layer. So that is what by layer does. So if you now start moving across your layers, you could see it takes the color of the layer. Okay, unless and until you just mention, you just change it from here, the color of it, color of the element that you use from here. Now I'll teach you something known as how to create a dotted line and a dashed line. That will be the last topic that we are going to cover today. So if I am making a line L, okay, I'm just changing it to the first correction layer. Okay, I'm just setting this as now for me, and then I am just making a line. I just want this to be dotted. Okay, so what I can do is I can select it, go to the third option that is known as the line type. Okay, and then I can go to others. From here, I can load the typology of the lines that is used. Now already the dashed line is loaded. I will load some other line so as to show you. I've just clicked load, and then you can see there are variety of line types that is available. So now if I am selecting one like fence line and giving OK, and then again giving OK and selecting this and going, you could see there is an option now fence line. I'm just clicking on it. So you could see that nothing has happened. So this is because of the scale of the object that has or scale of the line that is being used. Okay, so if I could select it again, then go to others, there is an option here called as global scale factors. You could change this now to something like 5 and give OK. Again it is again small. Okay, it is again small. If you zoom in, you will understand it is really small. So again you could go and change it. Okay, it is because of the scale that this happens. Okay, you can change the scale to like 10, no 10, like it will be 20, so that it is visible as fast as possible. Okay, now you could see that it is slightly visible. Again I'm just changing it to like 40. That will be better, I guess, because it is becoming okay. Now it is starting to get visible. Okay, so that is how you change the typology or the line type that you want to get it used. Okay, so that is what for trace class we okay, one more thing that is to be mentioned is about the blocks. So what a block does is, if you want a furniture in your house, okay, in your house plan, so you don't need to make you don't need to make it as such, because you have uh, a lot of templates that are automatically available. And in AutoCAD, these templates are not as blocks. You can create the blocks yourself so as to either keep it in your house, or a specific typology could be used for it, or at different places, or you could download it from some websites that are freely available. I'll put that in the description, the free available websites. The one that I uses is, so this is known as DWG models. So this is one site that would help you get free CAD blocks, and so you can download this from here. And I'll show you one. I will show you how to create your own blocks. Okay, CAD blocks. So I am just making a bed. Let it be RAC. I'm just giving and then creating a rectangle. Then again, I just want to create two pillows for the bed. I'm just making RAC and again copying it. And then I'm just giving a bed sheet for it. Okay. Okay, so this is my bed block. Okay, double quote bed block. So I need it to be in a block. Block means it will be a group so that it could be easily used at different places. So for that, I could type in BLOCK, that is block, and press enter. Then such a dialog box would appear. After such a dialog box would appear, then you can give the name of it. For example, bed now for now, and then click on OK. Okay, now if you select it, you could see that this will be a single entity. So that is what block does. Now if you could move it, you can basically copy it or so, but you don't need to change anything more. Okay, so that is how block helps you. Fine. If you want to edit this block, what you need to do is select on it, right click, then there will be an option known as block editor. Okay, if you go to block editor and then change something. For example, I'm going and changing something like a center line. I'm just giving for it, just like some design like this I'm giving. Okay, so and then if I'm clicking on close block, it will ask whether I need to save it or not. If I give save the changes to bed, you can see that whatever change I made in the block would get reflected on anything else where when all the other blocks that I am already having. So that is what is the power of blocks. Okay, so this is one advantageous thing that we have, because if we have to create a house like this with the help of M line, I'm just deleting M line, I'm giving again, and then changing the scale to around 230 or so, and then just creating a creating a room like this, and then I want to place the bed. Okay, so this would basically help you to make multiple copies and then rotate it. So this would be something like a furnitures or so could be easily made and then used. Okay, in your drawings. So that is how it is functionally possible. Okay, so that's was for today's class, and with that we will conclude the second part. And tomorrow we'll be discussing the working on how to create plots or how to create this all stuffs into paper, that is the how to create it into layouts, and then how to take a print of it or make a PDF out of it. So that will be out for tomorrow's class. So with that, I'm concluding. Thank you.